G'day, Luke here from the Brisbane River Boys. I've just come back from Dragon HQ and we picked up the very first Brisbane River Boys Special Edition Dragon Hunter kayak. It's same old Dragon Hunter, the 4 metre with the rudder, but little twist on it. So let's get cracking. What do you reckon? Black and red. Bit of a colour change, matches the uniform, and it should stand out. Nice high visibility colour out on the water, out on the ocean. I think it looks pretty good myself. Alright, we'll run you through how to set up your new Hunter. The first thing you want to do is probably set up your seat, so we'll get onto that. As with all of the Dragon kayak range, each kayak comes with the seat, deluxe seat included in the package. It's a really good quality, really thick, really durable seat. Very comfortable out on the water and very easy to get on and off. And I'm just going to quickly run you through how to do that now. Alright, so you've got 4 sets of straps, as I said. 2 at the top and 2 down the bottom. So you want to sit your seat in as per usual, the way it would go, and your 2 bottom straps clip onto these 2 D-rings here. Now you can lay the seat down flat, hold it down so that when you're tightening up the straps it doesn't lift the seat up. And you want to start with the bottom. So there's the bottom 2 tightened, and then you go to the next one up. At this point you can lift your seat up to the position that you want it in. I like to have mine fully reclined. And then you can take your top 2 straps and they clip onto the D-rings forward of the seat. Now when we tighten them up, we have a fully set up seat ready to go. Okay, the Dragon Hunter also comes standard with a rudder built in. Now most of the work's done for you already. All your guidelines are run through the hull, raise and lower lines are already on. Basically all you have to do is pull the rudder out. You want to turn it around so that these 2 guidelines are parallel, not crossed over like that. So this is the kit that comes with the Dragon Hunter. You'll find this, generally it will be in the fish pod in between the rider's legs. In here you can see we've got a split pin, a white nylon washer, and these 2 big black things are foot stop pegs. But for the moment all we need is the split pin and the nylon washer. I'll grab them out. Alright, so as I said before, you want these 2 black and white guidelines to be parallel, not crossed over. Once you've got that set up, you can put your white nylon washer onto the rudder shaft and then place it down through the guide hole. Once you're down, it's just a matter of placing your split pin through the hole provided, and then putting a bend in it so that the pin can't pull back through. Installed. Okay, so this is probably the most complex part of setting up the rudder on a Dragon Hunter, and that is adjusting the guide ropes so that they suit your leg length. I'm going to run you through how to do that. If you follow the steps and you follow them correctly, it's not very hard to do. So anyway, first step is untying the guidelines from your foot pedals. So we're going to pick a side, any side, it doesn't matter. We're going to take out our foot peg, and inside there you'll see that the guideline is just tied around that bar. So basically you can manipulate it, push it through, and then untie the knot that's there. Alright, so guide line is completely removed from the foot peg now. Now, in order to know how long this guide line has to be to suit my particular leg length, I of course have to get in and sit in the kayak. So we'll do that now. So I'm going to make sure that my seat is correctly adjusted the way I want it to be, because that's going to make my legs a little bit longer or a little bit shorter depending on how my seat's angled. Alright, so that feels pretty good to me there. Now, that is the full extension of my leg. It's all the way down. I can't push my foot out any more than that. So I now need to mark where my foot ends. Just use the foot pedal, put a little scratch in it. Nothing too obvious, just enough to keep a mark on it and see where your foot ends. Alright, now I know how long my legs are in relation to the rails. So all it is a matter of doing is, when my foot gets to that extension, I want my rudder to be in full lock. So I'm going to pull this string and turn my rudder to full lock. You physically can't pull that guide string through any more than that. Now, I match up where the mark is on the rail, and that is where my guide line needs to be tied. From here, I can run my guide line back through the front of the foot peg and bring it through so that it matches up, which is right about there. Push the guide line back through, making sure you go over the top of the bar inside. Adjust to the right length. And then simply tie a knot between the bottom and the top. Just like that. You can run that back through now. Slowly pull it tight. And that should be at the correct length or nearabouts. If it's not, you can just adjust it. And that's perfect right there. So I'll throw that back through to the front again, do another knot around, and then back from the front through to the back again. Pull it tight. That now has a double knot in it, which is not going to come undone. My foot peg is now set at exactly the right mark. I'm set to go. All I have to do is repeat the same process on the other side, and I'm ready to hit the water. Also included with the Dragon Hunter is a two-piece paddle. Now, they're actually an upgraded fiberglass paddle that comes standard with the Dragon Hunter, as opposed to the old aluminium ones that we used to have. Unfortunately, they're not offsettable. Doesn't worry me none, because this is the way I like my paddles, but some people like them crossed up. Can't do that with these. That's the one downside to them. They're a lot stronger and they're a lot more rigid than the aluminium ones. They've also improved the shape of the paddle itself to handle the water a little bit better and to be a little bit stronger. So these ones you can give them a little bit more than what you could the standard paddles. And you can also buy these aftermarket from Dragon if you just want a better paddle. And if you want to go better again, Dragon now also offer a carbon fibre two-piece paddle. Handy little feature with the Dragon kayaks is this little elastic strap that comes off the handle. A lot of people don't know what it's there for. Well, it's actually for securing your paddle while it's not in use. So if I'm fishing, I can whack my paddle there, pull that elastic strap over and clip it on, and it's not going anywhere. Alright, so we'll just quickly run you through the features of the Dragon Hunter for any of you that are interested out there. So we'll start off at the nose of the kayak, nice sharp nose. It's designed for breaking through waves and getting out into the really rough stuff. So we've got a screw bung at the front, just in case you get any water in the hull, you can empty it out via that point. Nice solid handle at the front for lifting it. Straight back onto a massive hatch. That's a twin lock hatch. As you can see, there's plenty of channels for any water to run off as you're breaking through waves, and that's a pretty much 100% waterproof hatch there. It's not 100%, it's probably about 98%, but it's as close to 100% as the manufacturers will allow. So you open that up, you've got a nice big bag inside, plenty of room to store your bits and pieces. I like to keep an anchor kit and whatnot in here. In here you'll find you've got your adjustable rod holder, which you can install wherever you want on the kayak. Pull that bag out and you've got access to the inside of the hull. Now it does go all the way through, but with a little bit of modification you can actually glue some foam in there to act as a stopper, and that becomes a massive big storage space up front. Moving back again, you've got your obviously your foot guides on both sides for your rudder. In the center you've got your fish pod storage system. Now the top of the fish pod has two rulers on it. Obviously you've got your centimeters and your inches, going up to 50 centimeters and 20 inches. Under your two clips, lift off your lid, and you've got a couple of handy little storage compartments down in there. I find a motorbike battery fits perfectly into this one, a little 7 amp hour marine battery, and with a little bit of modification to the lid you can mount your sounder so that you can store your battery in there for it. Also another great place to whack small bottles, little bits and pieces of tackle, and unless you roll the kayak, which is next to impossible to do, you're never going to get any water inside here. Water physically is not going to travel up and over to get in. Now you've got a nice deluxe seat, as we saw earlier, all set up and ready to go. We've got two side handles. One side handle has the elastic strap to hold your paddle. Got two flush mount rod holders, both sides, just forward of the handles. Just rear of the seat, we've got another two flush mounts. These are great for keeping rods out of the way. You basically forget they're there once you put them there. 6-inch screw top storage hatch. You can remove the lid by screwing it. You've got a bag in there that fits a 1.25 litre bottle in there, and it actually keeps your drinks really cold in this particular hatch for some reason. Longer than any of the other hatches anyway. Again, you can pull out that bag and give you another access point to the hull. This is probably the best access point for doing your in-hull transducer mounts, because it gives you a great spot right in the middle, nice and flat, and you're easily able to gain access into there to glue it in. Just back again, you've got your rear well. It's a massive rear well. You've got plenty of space in here to store anything you need to bring out with you. You can even fit your swag back here. You got your elastic cord, act as a bit of webbing to hold anything in. Got your rear handle, and this has also got a bit of elastic on there for a very clever reason. When your rudder is folded up and you're carrying your kayak upside down on your car, your rudder is likely to swing down. Now this elastic comes up over the top. Now it's not going anywhere. It's going to hold it there in position. Of course, the rudder itself, the guide lines running through, raise and lower lines on the side, everything you need to get out on the water today.